Hey, what's up? If you ever wanted to scrape YouTube data, all you need to do is put a link to a YouTube channel, click on this button. This automation is going to run in the backend, and what we get back is their last 10 videos updated into our Airtable with the date that it was posted at, the title, the description of the video, even the views, likes, comments, and we even have a transcribe video button so you can get the entire transcript as well. If you want to set this up, I'll show you step by step how you can set this up in this video today. Whether you're a content creator or if you just like good quality data, this is going to be for you. And the best part is that it's completely free and it's very simple to do. So if you just follow this, you'll get it set up in just a minute. But before that, if you want to download everything that I'm going to show you today, including the social scraper that can scrape any platform, not only YouTube, you can go into the school community, click on copy my automations and agents, and just download this Airtable base and this master make blueprint. This is the fast way to set this up really quickly. And if you need more technical support, we'll happily help you with everything that you need. It's completely free to join, so just go in the description, hop into school, and get these Airtable base and master make blueprint so we can get started. But I'll show you everything right now, so don't jump right in right away. Let's get started setting it up with step number 1, Airtable. So if you haven't tried Airtable before, it's kind of like Google Sheets on steroids. And Google Sheets is good and all, but the main issue is that you can only store information in it. You cannot click a button that triggers automations. But in Airtable, you have this button that we can customize to start all these automations, which makes Airtable into your AI trigger agent. That allows you to essentially create a button that does anything for you. And I'll show you how that works in a minute. But if you were to set up this automation, what you need to do is to have the tabs in the top, this YouTube profile icon, as well as this YouTube fire emoji. This allows you to get the output of the automation itself, and the profiles obviously allows you to put any profile in here. So let's do that. Let's find a YouTuber, for example, Iraq, one of the most popular YouTubers that has around 10 million,
as a kid,
16 million subscribers now. Let's just copy the link in the top, go to the social scraper, paste the link in here, then we can select between recent videos or last days. I'm going to do recent videos and I'm going to select the 5 last videos. Then all we have to do is to click on this button, and I'll show you what happens in the backend. It's going to go down this here Appify scraper, and since we selected last videos, it goes downwards. If we select days, it goes upwards. But now it's scraping. We're waiting for it to finish scraping, and then it's going to fetch that data set and we get it updated in Airtable. I like to go back to the social scraper and look at the results populate on its own. So we just waited for about 20 to 30 seconds here, and just like that, as I'm talking, no cuts, we get the last 5 videos. Here you can see the views of this one was actually double of the baseline here, so you can see how long could you secretly live in a grocery store is what the kids want these days. And apparently I'm a kid too, because I watched this one. If we look at the data here, we can see the entire description that he has. You can see the views, the likes, the comments, and the duration. You can even see that there is a huge kind of discrepancy between this one that got lower views but a lot more likes. This gives us insight into the content that you might not see before. And if you have a YouTube channel yourself, you can use this on yourself, right? To see what is going on and what is actually working and not working. But the most important part to me is that you can put all your competitors in here. Then you can see what the market is interested in. That allows us to create better ideas so we go viral more often. Does that make sense? So by now you've probably set up the YouTube profile icon, and you probably set up the YouTube dashboard where we actually get the results. But let me show you how this button works and how we actually trigger this automation to run. So let me jump in here and say you only want YouTube. What I would recommend is that you unlink everything else. So you can unlink the X. As you can see in the routing here that the names are on the exact route because we're filtering them through that system. But if you only want YouTube, for example, you can unlink all of the other ones and only keep this automation here that relates to YouTube. Now, I'm not going to do that because I like all the stuff. So I'll just reconnect them, pop it back in, and then I'll show you what this module here does. This is a custom webhook, and this is what we're triggering with the buttons. It's a completely new way of running automations if you haven't tried it before. And what we do is we use this button here. In Airtable, this is basically the main reason I use Airtable, is that we can create these buttons that have this URL formula. This is what it looks like. Let me zoom it out even further for you. So this is the hook that we have for the entire automation. If you were to set this up yourself, you would just go back to ContentMate, you would add a module, you would select webhooks and a custom webhook. Then when we make a new one, which I highly recommend you select today's date as the name, and you might call it something like ContentMate, but here we get the actual webhook link. If we copy this address, we go back to the social scraper, all you need to do is to select everything before the question mark, then we paste, as you can see right there, and then we save it, and now everything is going to go through that webhook, including the URL, the name, what to scrape, the number of days, etc. I'm not going to save that because I already have this other webhook set up, but now you know exactly how to add a trigger automation inside of Airtable. And if you want to just get this formula, I'm going to leave it all on the screen right now so you can take a screenshot and copy exactly this. And obviously ask ChatGPT if it gets any problems there. So once we have that set up, all we need to do is to go to step number 2, Appify. If you check the blueprint, what you can see is that Appify is the module we use for scraping. So if you haven't checked out Appify before, this is where we scrape basically any publicly available data. If there's data online, you can pretty much use Appify to scrape that data and get it back into Airtable. You have things like TikTok, Instagram, Amazon, Google Maps. So we have created everything inside of the social scraper here that are socials. And so you can see here in the Make Blueprint, we use Appify for most of it besides LinkedIn because that one wasn't free. But all of the other ones are completely free to use for a certain limit. I'll show you that in a minute. But if you were to set this up, I recommend going into our school community once again and finding these actors. These are the best ones and the free ones. We're going to use YouTube in this example. So find this YouTube Appify scraper called YouTube Scraper from Streamers. This one is completely free. As you can see, $5 for 1,000 videos. And if you use Appify with the free plan, you get $5, which means you can use it quite a lot until you hit that cap. Now, all you need to do in this module is to create a task. So go to the top here, click on Create Task, and then we selected YouTube Scraper. You can name it something else. I really love having the exact date in here, so I'll use something like this. Click on Continue, and that's pretty much all we need to do with YouTube Scraper. Just make a task. Just make sure that you are copying the exact same settings here as well. There are custom things you can do, like downloading the subtitles as well, and other things like that. With date range as well, you could add that as a custom variable. But now you have set up the YouTube Scraper as a task that allows us to go to step number 3, set up the make.com blueprint. So since you have set up the webhook that triggers with a button, you've set up the Airtable that actually gets the output results, we can now actually select the Apify scrapers and select the correct task. As you can see, there is a days task and there is a videos task. This is the recent videos, and all you need to do is to make sure that you have the Apify connected. Then you select the task that we just created. So you see this one is the YouTube scraper task May 13, which is today. And then we just add the input JSON overrides. Just take a screenshot of this, put it into ChatGPT, and you'll have a copy paste of this as well. The main things that we're doing is to take the number of days from the webhook. You might remember that in the Airtable. And we take the URL that's different if you have one YouTube channel or another YouTube channel. It's important that this one changes over time. Once that is completed, we just click on save. Then we go to the next Apify scraper. This one is really easy. It's just to get the information from the task we just ran. So all we need to do here is to get the default dataset idea from this task here. Everything else is fine. Lastly, we just create a record. Here it's important that you change the base. You click on and make this the YouTube fire icon, and we've pretty much set up all the different variables that you might want, but there's obviously more like subtitles, etc. that you can add in here as well if you want it to be even bigger and more complex. So we can just do that. Then we just do this for days as well. So you see YouTube scraper here. I'm just gonna select a new Apify connection. I'm gonna make sure to select the May 13 one. I'm gonna click on save. Then I'm gonna click the data set, make sure that I have all of it connected. Airtable as well, I already set this one up, so this one is fine. If I click on run once right now, you can see that basically nothing happens. This is an automation that runs in the backend, just waiting for that webhook data. So if we go back to Social Scraper right now, then we can have number of days and videos. Let's do recent videos. Once again, for Alex Hermosi, 10 videos. Click on the button here. You'll see in the top that it says accepted, and then it's going to run in the backend. As you can see, it's running right now using that task. For YouTube, it's the thing that takes the longest to scrape compared to X or LinkedIn and stuff like that, because it's more data there that they're trying to scrape. Once that is completed, it's going to get the data set items. So we'll just wait for that to load a little bit. There we go, it ran to the other one. And now to see the beauty come into the Airtable base, it should update. I'm just gonna refresh real quick here, and here we go. It has given us 10 of the last YouTube ideas that he did. This one did really well, this one did really well. So those can become quite good inspiration for new content. So I just showed you how to set up an Airtable base with a scrape button. I showed you how to use Airtable to scrape basically anything, and to use make.com to automate it all so you get the best data you can in Airtable once again. Now, there's a lot more to cover on how to transcribe it, how to turn it into a good idea and stuff like that. And if you want more information around that, I highly recommend going into the school community. It's starting to get filled up with automations that you can copy and paste. You can hop on a call with us every single Monday and ask us questions directly here in the group so we can build AI agents and automations that does work for you. It's completely free to join, so just go in the description down below. And once again, hop into the classroom, go into the copy my automations and agent, scroll to the bottom and download the Social Scraper agent. And there's a nice video on how to set up all of it if you want the full package. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this helped out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.